The new EVGA Silent Series power supplies offer excellent silence and efficiency through their new EVGA Eco Mode technology, and also features a 7-year warranty for worry-free gaming. Click the link in the description to learn more. Okay, so this is actually take 2 of this intro, so I've already started taking some of the parts off. Unfortunately, I'm a noob and I didn't check the audio levels, and there were none. Anyway, we're finally tearing apart Skunkworks, as you can see. Check it out. Blurry and everything. Hey, look, a finger. Yeah, so here it is, the backside, the booty end of Skunkworks. So we're going to be doing a few things here. Not only that, we're going to clean some dust. Ugh, so gross. It's funny how many people say, you can't use airflow fans because you won't get any airflow to your radiator. But look at all that dust. Obviously, we're getting plenty of airflow. So let's go ahead and talk about real quick what it is that we are doing with this build. Blurry. So this build is more than just an upgrade of graphics cards. You guys know I've been teasing forever that I'm putting in 3-way Titan X video cards. But I'm doing more than that. I'm actually relocating the pumps. I'm putting in different radiators. I'm adding a different radiator. I'm redoing the tubing. I'm going from acrylic to PETG. And I'm going to change the whole layout. I'm changing the hard drives. I'm putting in all new cables, so it's more than just video cards. That's why this has taken so freaking long. So for those of you who've never seen this build before, have no idea what I'm even talking about with this system, Skunkworks is kind of an accumulation of awesome things that I've collected on this channel. Am I still in focus? My hand is like totally pushing the focus ring. Oh, look. There's like a jet fighter flying over. We don't live too far from some military bases, so every now and then we get like really loud jets that fly over. So Skunkworks is more than just an over-the-top, extremely expensive, stupidly, ridiculously overkill PC. It's an accumulation of things that I've collected on this channel. As the channel's grown, I continue to build on and build up Skunkworks because it's more like a centerpiece of what I kind of consider an accomplishment with the channel. So the system is more than just a system. It's actually, for me, it's kind of a symbol of the growth of the channel. So that's why I put so much time and effort into this system. But it's got a 5960X in there, fully water-cooled. Right now it's got 3-way 980s in it. Hard drive situation still isn't great. It's got a 500 gigabyte 840 Evo in there. It's also got a 256 gigabyte M6E Plextor SSD, and it's got a 2 terabyte and a 1 terabyte drive. I'm going to be changing that out to 2 4 terabyte drives, and I'm going to be putting in another 500 gigabyte SSD. Because I've actually been running out of some storage for games, believe it or not. I mean, with games like Grand Theft Auto 5 taking up 60 gigabytes, and Hardline taking up 50 gigabytes, and Battlefield 4 taking up 50 gigabytes, you can see how fast you run out of SSD space. So I'm going to be putting in, I'm going to be replacing the 256 actually with another 500. So I have 2 500 gigabyte SSDs, and I'm going to have 8 terabytes of hard drive, Western Digital Black storage. So I haven't decided if I'm going to RAID those. I don't think I'm going to RAID them because I want each drive to have a separate purpose. I'm also not a fan of software RAID, and I don't have a RAID controller card, nor would it look good in this build. So I'm going to be going specifically with each card having a different purpose, one being a YouTube drive and one being like a redundant backup. So yes, I know RAID can do redundant backup, by the way, but I just explained why I don't want to do RAID for all of those armchair quarterbacks out there. Anyway, we're going to completely tear this thing down. We're going to be putting in all new soft tubing, all new fittings and everything. So this is a bigger job than I think many people were expecting it to be. So without further ado, let's get building. Oh yeah, and one other thing. I'm not going to be doing like live video as it's happening because I don't have a cameraman. I'm here by myself, and that would take me forever and a day to get done, and I just don't have that kind of time. So we're going to be doing updates, and that's just going to have to do. There's no other way that it can be done. At some point I might pull out my GoPro and the headband strap thing so you guys can get maybe a first-person FOV on there of what it's like when I'm working on it. But today's goal is really going to be just tear down the system, get the case cleaned. I've got a new mid-panel going in there so I can change where the fittings were. I'm going to change all the layout. And so today's main goal is to get the system torn down and cleaned because it is filthy. All right, enough yakking. Let's go ahead and get some work done. Now I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people out there going, damn Jay, what the hell? You just got new cables. Why are you getting new ones? Well, as you can see right there, this is paracord, and the paracord stains really badly if it touches up against anything dark colored. And that dirt that you see right there was actually transferred from the rubber grommets by doing nothing more than pushing them through. So we went ahead and went back with a plastic sleeve. That way we could get it, so that it's not staining like this. So yeah, that's the reason why we just took out all these cables so that we could actually redo it with the color, or not the color, but the material that's not going to stain. But she looks kind of naked now. It's like literally computer porn. Well, I'm not going to lie, my drain system is a bit of a bitch. You can see I even cut a hose right there. The problem with this was I could drain it enough to work on it without any problems, but getting everything in the basement out, such a pain in the ass, because all those tubes that ran from those fittings to those fittings, the coolant would just get trapped right there where they crossed over, and there was no way to get it out. So I just ended up having to make a big old mess, as you can see. Yellow coolant everywhere, but oh well. It just means now when I go and do this one and I redo it, I'm going to want to make sure I keep the drain system a little bit more in mind. But oh well, live and learn. Geez, the neighbor's dog is annoying. Listen. He does that all day. Hate that dog. Anyway, oh, there was a drip. Did you see that? So that's why I've got it lined right now with paper towels and like rags, because it's just still dripping, and we still have some coolant trapped in the upper rad as well as the CPU block. So, oh well, I got to completely clean this thing out anyway, so might as well. All right, so this is what Skunkworks looks like when it's pretty much completely gutted. As you can see, there's no mid panel in there because I got a new one. That way I can drill the holes where they matter. All the radiators were taken out. They are over there, as you can see, because we are going to be putting in new Black Ice GTS radiators, and I'm going to be doing a 560 on the bottom with a 280 on the back side, so we have a cross flow, and then I'm doing a new 480 on the top, but they're all 30 mil or 35 millimeter radiators. So they're thinner, but they're higher fin density, and it will give me more room to work with. And I am pretty sure adding the 280, even though the thinner rads, are going to give me better cooling for the GPUs. I know some people right now are probably like, what the hell? What do you mean thinner radiators are going to give you better cooling? But if you actually look at a lot of the heating charts, you'll see that thicker rads and thinner rads of the same surface area, meaning a 560 45 versus a 560 35 or 30, are going to have like 1 or 2 degrees difference at the most when it comes to complete watts dissipated. So it's not going to be hurting me, and actually adding the 280 back there, which is going to be half the length of the case, is going to give me a lot more surface area. I'm hoping to get the cards down into the 40s under load. That's my goal anyway. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 140 millimeters worth of radiator cooling for the bottom, for the 3 Titans. That's just absolutely insane. I mentioned this is an overhaul, and one of the things I always said about Skunkworks was it never had storage worth mentioning. There was just like a hodgepodge of drives and it didn't make sense. Well, we're putting in 8 terabytes worth of Western Digital Black 2 4 terabyte drives. Again, not going to be in RAID. I already said that. And I took out my 256 gigabyte M6E PlexTor SSD and replaced it with the HyperX you can see in there. And then I already had the 500 gigabyte Evo. So we have 1 terabyte worth of SSD and 8 terabytes worth of hard drive storage. Yeah, I would rather just have a 1 terabyte SSD and then maybe another 500 gig, or even just 2 1 terabytes of SSDs. That would be amazing, but yep, that's all I've got. All right, we're done for the day. It might not look like much has changed since our last segment or clip or whatever, but I scrubbed the crap out of this case. This case is like spotless. It is as nice as the day I got it. So we're starting all over with this thing, making it look brand new. And I thought you guys would get a kick out of this. You see these tubes right here? That's all the acrylic that was in Skunkworks. I know it looked like so much more when it was all together and had fluid going through it, but that's it. Everything else was soft tubing down in the bottom. That's all that showed. So I am going to be putting more acrylic tubing up top. I like the idea of it being very, not cluttered, but I like the idea of there being a lot of tubing. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But we did get a little bit farther though than just cleaning up. I assembled the new pumps here. As I mentioned, I'm bringing the pumps from the floor up into the top of the case. And so these are going to be going, you know, up in there. And you can see we got the pump and everything on there. It's pretty much the exact same reservoir base and D5 top that Paul used for his Arctic Panther build. And so I liked it so much I decided to get 2 of them for this build. And then we put different tops on the reservoirs. That way I can actually have input to the top if I need it. So, yep, system's completely cleaned, ready to go. New mid panels ready to get fitted and drilled for the new holes on where they're necessary. Because I still have to get tubes down to the radiator and both radiators in the bottom here. So I still have to drill those tubes. But anyway, there's the 980s right there. And I know people were like, hey Jay, do giveaway, do giveaway, do giveaway. No, I'm not giving away these 980s. Sorry. I sound very Canadian right there. Sorry. Sorry, eh? No, I'm not giving away the 980s. They're going to be repurposed other things, other times. So anyway, stop asking for my 980s. So that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, guys, while we take apart Skunkworks. This is now the 3rd time I have completely disassembled this system in 9 months? 10 months. It's a lot of work, but damn, it's fun. Like I said, this system is like the symbol of the channel, so that's why it's kind of fun to tear it apart and rebuild it, because that's kind of what you have to do as a YouTuber. You kind of have to keep changing and evolving and trying to keep it fresh, and that's exactly what this system's all about. So anyway, I'm going to go out on a date with the wife tonight, and then tomorrow, I don't know when this video is going up. It should be going up tomorrow, technically, which is Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. I'm only going to get to work on it tomorrow and then part of Thursday, because I'm going to be taking a mini vacation this weekend, taking little Jay down to the zoo and SeaWorld and all that stuff. So we will not be working on it this weekend. We'll be continuing next week. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And as always, see you in the next one. And thanks for watching. Yeah.